banyak. Saya sapa sebentar ya. Salam kenal. Ada Pak Ganefudin dari Pak Ginting, Pak Budi Sutomo, Pak Yardi. Ini saya nggak menyapa semua, tapi yang kelihatan duluan ya. Ibu Mahriyuni, Ibu Dian. Selamat pagi. Pak Yaya, kita izin untuk boleh minta tolong di mute sebentar, mungkin yang sedang tidak berbicara. Baik. Boleh saya konfirmasi dulu ya. Jadi dari Hainan Tropical University ada Prof. Newjian dan Quoleting, betul? Betul ya Mbak Kiki ya?
Yes, yes, sure.
Yes,
Oke.
yes.
Oke.
Okay, let's start. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Today we have Professor Liu Jian, and also my name is Guo Leting, and you can call me Grace. And I work from the Office of International Cooperation and Exchanges of Hainan Tropical Ocean University, and Professor Liu work in the School of International Education of our university. So today our lecture is divided into 3 parts. The first part, we share a video of our university to all of you, and then is our presentation, introduction and the profile of our university. And also the third part is about the Q&A section that is responsible for Professor Liu. Okay. So let's start with a video of our university.
I'm sorry, Ms. Quoleting. I have to ask the audience first. Did everybody can hear Ms. Quoleting and Mr. Newjian fine?
No, it is not.
Not clear?
Here, but not clear. Here, but
It's
not
not
clear.
It is not so clear.
Okay.
It's not okay.
Yes,
It's not clear.
we can hear, but
Okay, now
it's not too clear.
it's not clear.
Yeah, I think it's better.
It's
It
better
is
now.
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we can repeat one more time. So Professor Newjian is the Dean of the School of International Education.
Yes.
And Ms. Quoleting is Section Chief of the Office of the International Cooperation and Exchange of Hainan Tropical University. So please, Ms. Quoleting, to start again the presentation.
Okay.
Okay.
The first, the lecture is divided into 3 parts. The
Okay,
first
2 parts.
Yeah, the first part is the video of our university. Share a video. And the second part is the introduction, the profile of Hainan Tropical Ocean University. And the third part is about Q&A section. Okay.
Okay. So there's 3 sections, right?
Can you see the screen?
Hi, my name is Valerie, and I'm from Ukraine. Right now, I'm I'm studying Chinese language at Hainan University. It is located here in Sanya City, Hainan Island, China. Sanya is a very international city. There is a lot of fun here all the year round. The most exciting thing about Sanya is that the Chinese government has decided to turn Hainan Island into a free trade port. It will be the world's largest free trade port, much bigger than Singapore, Dubai, and Hong Kong. When we graduate, we international students can stay here to work or continue our studies for master's degree or PhD. So, Sanya is a very promising city, isn't it?
Hello, my name is Peter, and I'm from the UK. Now I'm studying Chinese at Hainan Tropical Ocean University. I came here because I love the beautiful environment in Sanya. I also like the unique atmosphere of the university. Our university is the only government-funded public university in Sanya. As the school name tells you, our university is very good in ocean and tourism subjects. I'm majoring in Chinese. After graduation, I will teach Chinese to foreigners in Sanya. My classmates are from different countries like America, Austria, Ukraine, Russia, Malaysia, the Philippines, South Africa, Comoros, Cabo Verde, and so on. I enjoy the international atmosphere on campus. We learn different cultures and to understand each other here. The university has sound facilities, a beautiful environment, and a good atmosphere for research and study. Of course, we are here to learn Chinese and learn about China. Now, I have no problem speaking Chinese at all. Why? My wife is Chinese, and I can learn from her day and night.
Hi, my name is Gaddafi, and I'm from the Comoros in Africa. Now, I'm majoring in electrical engineering at Hainan Tropical Ocean University. I have a good study time here. In my recent time, I was doing sports. I have won many gold medals in all kinds of running competitions in our university. I also take part in study groups and social work organized by our university. I just want to know everything about China. My dream is to become an ambassador. I want to bring back Chinese advanced technologies and ideas to my country, to help my country become better.
Hello everybody, I am Luna. I am from Philippines, and right now I am studying Chinese language here in Hainan Tropical Ocean University.
I love Sanya. It is an international city. My families are also working there. My classmates are very nice and our teachers take a good care of us. I also feel lucky and grateful because our university gives us an opportunity to attend an international conference and let me speak for our university with the other students from other countries. I have made many Chinese friends and I love everything here in China. After graduation, I will plan to work here with my family.
Hi guys, I wanted to show you my room here in our dormitory. Here, every one of us is living alone in one room. So you can study anytime you want. You can decorate your room in anything you want that would make your living space more comfortable. Here in our university, we also provide kitchen for us. Each floor there is one kitchen. That's why it's even more comfortable to live. Every time you get hungry, you can just come, cook, and then you're good to go. Here in our dormitory, we have our own washing machine. So each floor we have it, and we don't need to use our hands to wash our clothes and just use it. It's so comfortable.
热烈欢迎来自全球各地的学生来到海南的海南学求学和生活。我们学校呢是有60多年的大学历史，有深厚的文化积淀。我们实施的国际化发展方向，现在我们有在校的学生有2万余人，现在我们有1000多名教职员工。我们呢现在有50多个专业，有本科生，有研究生，同时呢还有这个中国政府奖学金，这个海南省政府奖学金。我们学校助力奖学金为广大的同学提供优质的教学条件、生活条件，希望你们在这儿呢能够成就自己的人生梦想，创造非常美好未来。
I love the sea, beaches, and sunshine in Sanya.
I love the openness and inclusiveness of our university.
I love Sanya and it's already my second hometown.
I love our
University here and Visitasi.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen?
The PowerPoint.
PowerPoint, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Firstly, my name is Guola Ting, and you can call me Grace. And
Okay.
yeah, I work from Office of International Cooperation and Exchanges. And this is my email address. It's grace8lgt@163.com. I will share my university the following 4 parts. The first one is about Sanya City. Just now you have I have shared the video of our university, and now I introduce about Sanya City first. You can see the picture, and we are here. This is Sanya, and it is at the southernmost end of Hainan Island in Hainan province, PR China. And also you can see it is at the 18th northern latitude. Also a famous place like Hawaii, Cancun, and Sanya, also famous for its tourism. You know about it. Okay. And about Sanya, it has the population of 764 million and over 20 ethnic minorities. There's over 300 sunny days per year, and the annual average temperature is about 25.7. And it has 263 kilometers coastal line. Also, Sanya is famous for the Miss World Final. This picture is Miss World Final. And it is a world-class tourist city. And also now it is famous for the free trade port construction with Chinese characteristics. And this is the hotel very famous in the world, Atlantic. Also the same in Dubai. And the landmark of Sanya is Phoenix Airport. And it is made up of 5 buildings here. So I hope someday maybe you can come to Sanya and I will show you the landmark, the Phoenix Airport. And when I come to our university, the profile, Hainan Tropical Ocean University. And our university is the only state-owned university in Sanya. Sorry. And it is built from 1964. And we are located in Sanya City, and we recruit international students from all over the world. And we have 18 schools, and also we have 18,200 students now. And we have 53 bachelor degree programs and also 13 master degree programs. This is the faculty and schools of our university. You can see 18 schools. Faculty of Tourism, and Faculty of Business, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Fisheries and Life, Faculty of Foreign Languages, Faculty of Biological Environment, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Faculty of Marine Sciences and Technology. Also, we have Faculty of Computer Science and Technology, Faculty of Marxism, and Creative Studies, Faculty of Food Science and Engineering, Faculty of Marine Information Engineering, Faculty of International Education, and this is the Dean, Professor Neil. Faculty of Sports, Faculty of Nationality, and also have continued education. This picture shows that at first our university is called Chungzhou University, and in 1915 we changed our name to Hainan Tropical Ocean University. And this is some centers of our university approved by Ministry of Education and also approved by Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The first one is Education Aid Center. The second one is Malaysia Research Center, also approved by Ministry of Education. A member University of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Also, we are the China ASEAN Education and Training Center, Ministry of Education. Okay, we are famous for the marine sports discipline. We have a major sailboat, and yacht. And the third part about the cooperation and exchanges between our university and ASEAN countries. Firstly, our grant programs, international programs with ASEAN countries. Our universities focus on the strategy of international education, especially with the cooperation and exchanges with ASEAN countries. First, about the education aid center, just admission, and then it is the China ASEAN Education and Training Center. And here we have the China ASEAN FinTech Forum, and then it's Malaysia Research Center, also approved by the Ministry of Education of China. Okay, that's one by one. Seminars and training. This is programs. We held about 6 sessions. It is here, Education Aid Center. And we held the seminars and training in tourism, in the field of tourism. And we invite scholars, experts, and also the deans, teachers from ASEAN countries. There are the pictures. This guy is from Indonesia. And then it's forum. Sorry. The forum, we have China ASEAN University President Forum in 2016, and also China ASEAN FinTech Forum with senior organization education, and the 4th ASEAN China Youth Forum in 2019. This is the pictures here. And we have a Chinese language program in Bandung Institute of Tourism of Indonesia. It is called STP. I think you know the university, right? The website, the rice, and the logo. In 2019, on March 6th, we invited STP with our vice president there. And it's our meeting picture. This is the principal, the president of STP. And in the meeting, we have held our start our Chinese language program. We will send the teachers, Chinese teachers, to STP to teach their students Chinese language and culture. So we start the Chinese language program with Bandung Institute of Tourism in 2019. And we have sent 2 teachers to go to Indonesia to teach. And this one, Ms. Zhou, and this one, Ms. Li. They are Chinese teacher working in STP. But now, because the reason of COVID-19, they have come back to China, and wait for maybe in the future they can come back to Indonesia. Okay. And also we have many Chinese programs with other ASEAN countries such as Laos and Myanmar. And this is the picture of our teacher is conducting the training online for Myanmar teachers, Chinese teachers. And this is cooperation with Hainan. And also this picture is also from Indonesia, the Bandung Institute of Tourism. And we have studied tour in Hainan also from invite students from Indonesia, from other ASEAN countries. This picture also from Indonesia, and they came for Hainan for study tour in 2019 for the summer camp. They have stayed here for 5 days, and they start from Jakarta and directly fly to Hainan. And this is a picture we have taken them up from the airport. And this is our president. And this is the students of Indonesia. And this is the pretty lady from SDP. Okay, we have the major of Thai language because our university focuses on the research and study for ASEAN countries. So firstly about the language, we have the major of Thai language. And also we have the international programs with Thai universities such as Kepemimpinan University. Our students will study Thai language in the University of Bangkok for 1 year. And also we have language course. We plan to have this kind of language courses in 2021 in this year, but maybe it will be taken online. First day is from Malaysia University, and we will invite one teacher from Malaysia. She will conduct language course and general situation course. And then it's from Vietnam, Da Nang University of Foreign Studies, and about the Vietnam language and Vietnam general situation course, and Myanmar language, and also Laos language. Maybe in future we can start our course of language of Indonesia. It is about future prospects. Firstly, it's about the second session of China ASEAN University Presidents Forum in this year, but I think maybe it's online. And we hope more international students from ASEAN countries, especially from Indonesia, because we have the cooperation I explained before background. The background is very good. And cooperation with university in ASEAN country in the field of marine science, fisheries, marine technology, tourism, logistics, art, design, and etc. Also, we hope we can restart the student study tour in this year because it is a good way for the ASEAN countries to know about China, know about Hainan, know about our university. The other educational program. Okay. This is the profile of our university, and then let's invite Professor Liu to introduce the policy of our international students. Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Yaya. Can you hear me? Good morning. It's so nice to see you all here online. And thank you for providing such a rich platform for us to talk to each other online for the first time because of the COVID-19 pandemic still going on in the world. Right? Personally, I have been to your country twice. The first time in 1990s, and the second time we went to your country in 2019. As a grade that we paid a visit to the Ministry of Tourism. And we have a project with that university. Also in 1920, we organized a study tour group from that university, and I was organizer. So glad to see you all here online with us. Now it's my job to answer your questions. So Yaya provided us with a long list, altogether 8 questions. So I'm not the university president, right? But I'll try my best to share my understanding of your questions. You see, I am the Dean of the School of International Education, also professor of English, and I have been here for 5 years. So I'll try to share my personal understanding of your questions. And please know that my answers might not be accurate, right? So you may need to double check my information from official source, all right? So probably Yaya can help to correct my answers because you've been in China for years, right? So we have a list of 8 questions. Now I'd like to go through all the questions one by one, okay? Then we can have a further discussion about your questions and about my answers, okay? So question 1 on your list, question 1, what is the leadership strategy in improving organizational performance, KPI? It's about leadership strategy in improving organizational performance. It's as my colleague Toby said, we have 18 faculties or schools in our university. Basically, the leadership is a 2-level system, 2-level. On top level, we have the university president plus the vice presidents. Then we have 18 schools or faculties. So we have the deans of each school or each faculty. So it's a 2-layer system, right? And as a dean of a school of general education, you see, I would say each year, by the end of each year, each school will be assessed, will be evaluated by the university leadership. Also, we are assessed by our peer schools or faculties. So it's a regular activity by the end of each year. So all the schools, all the faculties will be evaluated by our peer colleagues, also by the university leadership. So the dean will need to present the school's performance, and then the colleagues will give you a certain mark for your school performance over the past 1 year. So that's the leadership strategy to monitor and improve our organizational performance. So that's my understanding about this question. Then question two, how is the implementation of education standards at our university? The implementation of education standards. You see, we are a public university, and we are under the leadership of the Ministry of Education. So that's our national system. So all universities, whether you are public one or private one, we are under the leadership of the Ministry of Education. That's the top body from the central government. So we say MOE for Ministry of Education, MOE. So MOE has a set of standards, quality standards for all the universities, for different programs, for bachelor degree, master degree, PhD degree. So the MOE has a set of different assessment criteria and standards for all the universities, for different programs. So we basically follow the standards set by MOE. And also regularly, MOE will implement assessment to all the universities nationwide. For example, every 3 years, they will have a review about performance, whether in terms of research, teaching, social service, or international cooperation. So as an university, we basically follow the standards by MOE, by the central government. So that's question 2. Then question 3. What are the strategies for managing and empowering human resources at our university? So how to manage, how to empower human resources at our university? You see, in each university in China, we have a special department called HR department, Human Resources Department. They are in charge of recruiting personnel. They are in charge of promoting the personnel. So their job is to recruit teachers, researchers. Their job is to monitor our performance. So if you do very well, you might be promoted. Right? So that's the basic strategy for managing and empowering human resources. Nowadays, we are building Hainan Island into a free trade port, right? So we are giving special policies by the local government to recruit high-rank professors, researchers nationwide, also from abroad. We say we import high-rank talents from both at home and abroad. And these special talents will be given special treatment in terms of houses, your living allowances, your research funding, if you are the top talents imported by our university. So the funding is from the local Hainan government. So we are giving a special policy to recruit special talents from around the world. And they will receive very nice accommodation, very nice salary, and a very nice research funding. So that's what's happening now in our university, also in other universities in Hainan Island. So this is about question 3. All right. Then question 4, what is the strategy for developing cooperation, both national and international? Because now in China, each university is trying their best to develop relations, both from peer universities and colleges in China, also international partners. So we are doing the same. So we are trying to develop projects, programs with other countries, so including your own country. So as we said, we have a very close relationship, right, partnership with Bantam Institute of Tourism. That's one example of such international cooperation. So that's question 4. Then question 5, very interesting question about a marketing strategy. So what is our university's marketing strategy? I would say in terms of enrollment, in terms of admission, we do not need to do very much because we are a public university. All the students need to take the university entrance exams, right? So they can search for our university on the web. They can talk to our current students. So in terms of enrollment in terms of admission of students, we do not need to do very much about promotion, all right? But in terms of international collaboration, we use public media to promote ourselves. We have our own website. We have our own student broadcasting station, right? So we keep in close touch with local media to promote our university. So that's about question 4, marketing strategy. We are not a private university. There's no need for us to do a lot of promotion to attract new students inside China. Then number 5. Well, number 5, 2 questions. The second one, how is the student admission procedure at our university? Admission procedure. As I said just now, for all universities, all the new students need to take the university entrance exams. The exams are provided by MOE, Ministry of Education. So once you pass the university entrance exam, so you will be admitted to different universities based on your application before you take the exam. Okay. So the same with our university. The new students take the exam. If they apply for our university, then they will be admitted to our university. But for master's degree students, we have a special requirement. In addition to your written exam, we will conduct the oral interview, either online or face-to-face offline. So that's one more requirement for master degree applicants. You need to pass the written exam. Also, you must pass the oral interview, which is given by relevant schools or faculties. So that's about question 5. So 2 mini questions. Next, question 6. What is strategy for developing education through information technology, including curriculum development, study tracer, and alumni tracer? This is a very interesting question about ICT supported education, right? About technology mediated education. This is a new topic in China, and MOE is encouraging all universities, colleges, and the schools, primary schools, to use the modern ICT technology to support face-to-face classroom teaching. So now you see there's one remarkable trend. That is, MOE is encouraging us to use blended learning approach. Blended learning approach. That is, we blend online learning and offline learning together. It's called blended learning approach. So we try to use the online technology, online platforms to deliver our programs, our courses, to deliver our discussions online. Especially now we have the COVID-19. So since 2 years ago, each university, colleges, schools have been using online platform to deliver our courses to all the students nationwide. So this is a very trendy technology. So everybody is trying to use it to help our face-to-face tutorials. So that's question 6. Then question 7. What is the supervisory strategy in our university's corruption-free work environment? Wow, it's a very sensitive topic, right? How to build a corruption-free work environment. You see, anti-corruption is a global issue, right? It happens anywhere in the world and anytime, right? It's a global issue for all the countries, for all organizations, universities, colleges, schools, right? In our university, also in other universities, we have a special organization or department called discipline organization, discipline department. So we are in charge of the anti-corruption work in our university. So we monitor all the teachers, all the researchers, all the workers. If they find something wrong, they may talk to you face to face, right? To remind you of some wrongdoings. So we have a special discipline department in our university. That's the same for all the other universities in China. And then the second question, well, under question 7, the 2 mini questions. What are our university's work culture values? Work culture values. Well, in my understanding, in China, in our universities, the work culture values that work, and work. So hard work, dedication to your work is our work culture value. For example, in our university, you see, I am the dean, right? So I will work 7 days. There's no term hour or weekend hour, right? Every day we are busy with our work. And if you receive a call from your boss, from your president, vice president, you will immediately to solve relevant problems. Every day is our culture, work culture value in our university. I suppose that's the same throughout China. So each person is working very hard day and night. That's why we can develop so fast in the past 40 years. Right? That's one factor, I think, one factor. Then lastly, the last question, question 8. Also 2 mini questions. What is our strategy for obtaining international accreditation? This is a very difficult question. I may leave it to my colleague, Grace, right? How to obtain international accreditation. I'm not so sure about this question. She may be able to answer this question. Then we need question 2. What strategies are used to improve student achievement at the international level? I think we are doing the same as all the other schools, universities in the world. So we offer different prizes for excellent students, right? The first prize, the second prize, the third prize, for your good performance in different areas, including at international level. So if you are good enough, you will be rewarded with different prizes. You will be given the opportunity to go abroad for training or for further studies. So we have different prizes to reward the excellent students. We try to encourage them to study harder, to make more progress in different areas. So these are about the 8 questions and my personal understandings. They might not be right or accurate, and my colleague Grace may have something more to share.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I want to express my sincere thanks to Mr. Yaya's to share our university to all of you. And I think it is a great opportunity for us to talk with our directors here, and we can communicate more. And maybe in the future we can you can come to China for our university, have a visit. So about the question 8, what is the HTOU strategy for obtaining education? I think it is a very big question, and in my own opinion, I think personally for our international strategy, our universities focus on our international education policy. This is the point. We have invited many international students from all over the world come to China for our university to study. Maybe they study in Chinese language, and also maybe they study for majors. But I think for our international students, they think our quality of education is good, especially for the major of tourism. Because Sanya, the Sanya city is also famous in the world. Major of tourism is the first class level in China, first class level major in China. So we invite and many international students come to our university for learning the major of tourism management. And many of the graduates from our university, they have been the good job opportunity in many famous hotels in the world, such as the Atlantis in Dubai, and also they go into the management level of their job. So I think first one is our quality of education within the international education, and then I think it is our how to see our strategy. We hope we are open to cooperate and conduct exchanges all over the world, especially for ASEAN countries. We have many programs, win-win programs. It's double win programs. You maybe, for example, for the Indonesia University, the STP, they need our Chinese teachers to teach language and culture, and also we need to send our teachers to go to ASEAN countries for the teaching. So it is double win program, and so I think it is not the one side cooperation; it is double side. So I think this is my personal idea for the question. Okay.
Okay. Any more questions or exchanges? Right.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Nguyen and Grace. Before we move further, for questions from the participants.
Hear from me?
Yeah. Yes. It's not too clear, but definitely we can hear.
Time for Q&A. Any more questions?
Yes.
If you're not clear about our answers, we can have a chat here.
Okay. Before we move further to questions from the participants, maybe Pak Yaya has something to say before we move on to the questions.
Enough, just go ahead.
We can't hear you.
Okay. Prof. New and Grace, can you hear me?
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Bapak Ibu bisa mendengar suara
saya?
Bisa Mbak Dita, bisa.
Oke. Di sananya yang kayaknya ada kendala ya.
Yeah.
Prof. New and Grace, can you hear my voice?
No, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
You turn on your microphone.
Final, isn't it?
There is a disturbance signal.
Bapak Ibu bisa mendengar suara
Jelas.
Prof. New Chen dan
Jelas,
suara
iya.
saya?
Bisa, Mbak.
Oke.
Bisa. Ada Khairun juga bisa.
They can hear us. Oke. Prof. New?
Kayaknya pengaturan di speaker mereka deh Mbak yang mesti di.
Iya ya. Oke. Let me send message first.
Yeah, could you help? We can't hear the lady. So can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear clearly. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Prof. Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's move forward to the questions from the participants. The first question, Mr.
Talk one by one.
Yes, one by one.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you prefer one by one or?
Talk one by one.
Okay. Let's.
Okay.
Pak Munawir, silakan Pak.
Okay, thank you Mbak Dita. Good morning, Prof. New and Miss Grace. Thank you very much for your very insightful explanation. The city of Sanya is very amazing. Hopefully I can visit Sanya someday. From the name of your university, tropical and ocean, both are characteristics of our country. I am Munawir from the Higher Education Service Institute, Region 9. I serve and manage more than 200 private universities in Sulawesi Island. One of them, namely Muhammadiyah University in Parepare, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Hainan Tropical Ocean University under the partnership of Siameo, China Cultural Twinning Program, initiated 2 years ago. In the MOU document, the cooperation between the university covers the Chinese language training program, where Hainan Tropical Ocean University will send a Chinese language training instructor to our university. And the second is the management visit activity, where there will be an expert in the field of marine economics from Hainan Tropical University giving a public lecture here. But I don't know for sure whether this program was implemented or not due to pandemic condition. My question is very simple. Is Hainan Tropical Ocean University more likely to lead to a teaching university or a research university? What are the leading fields in Hainan Tropical Ocean University which have the potential for joint research activities between our university and Hainan University? Because what I saw in the program was only language training and general lectures. There is no joint collaboration. Thank you, Prof. Niji. Thank you.
So shall I answer your second question first?
Yeah.
Then Grace, you answer your first question, all right?
Thank you.
So we are a provincial level university, not a city level university. We are under the leadership of the Hainan government, Hainan Department of Education. We are not under the leadership of Sanya City, Sanya municipal government. We belong to Hainan government. So we are a provincial level, not a city level university. Also in Sanya, we are the only public four-year university in China, in Sanya. In Sanya, we have two universities, four-year universities. One is us, we are the public one. The other is a private university. So they have the fund by themselves. We receive the fund fully from
the government.
Yeah, right. So we are in Sanya, but we are under the leadership of the Hainan government. Okay.
Thank you, Prof.
I have shown some Chinese program with ASEAN countries just now, but also we called Hainan Tropical Ocean University, right? We changed our name in 2015.
Oh.
2015, but we are a newborn ocean university.
Oh,
and at first, our features in our majors is teaching majors. Yeah, that's the answer.
So it used to be a normal
university.
education
The university,
oriented
We are normal.
college.
And you transform. Yeah, okay.
Transformed to an ocean university.
Ocean University, yeah.
So this year we have recruited a lot of new professors, researchers from other sorry about noise. So we have recruited a lot of new professors, researchers from other ocean universities in China.
Okay.
Right. That's our direction. Ocean studies. Right.
Is that clear enough, Mr. Munawir?
Yeah, very clear. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next question by Ibu Melati. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dita.
Okay, silakan Bu.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Introduce, my name is Melati Indriapsari from the Center of Regional Health Education and Development and Community Education in Central Java, the Ministry of Education and Culture. I'm very interested in Hainan Island. Actually, our family planned to go to Hainan in April 2020, but because there always pandemic, we cancel it. And I will answer about what I would like to ask with who was learning during the pandemic. It's still usually to use face-to-face strategies, or are there another strategies used during a pandemic? Thank you. I return it to Ms. Dita.
Okay. Maybe Prof. New can.
Could you speak a bit louder?
Okay. Okay. What I would like to ask was who was learning during this pandemic in the Tropical Ocean University. It is still usually to use face-to-face strategies, or are there another strategies used during a pandemic? Can you?
Okay, is that clear enough, Professor New? So how's the study management during the pandemic situation? Is it still face-to-face, or as you mentioned before, blended face-to-face and online, or fully online, like that?
Okay.
Well, let me answer this question, right? Well, since we had the COVID-19 epidemic 2 years ago, right? So we have been doing online teaching. I know. You see, from May the 1st last year, we reviewed our face-to-face classroom teaching, right? You know, in China now, you see COVID-19 is fully under control. So since May the 1st last year, we reviewed our classroom face-to-face teaching. Right, you see, there will be different requirements for different schools, for different teachers, right? It all depends on your personal ambition, your personal interest, right? But the university is encouraging all the teachers to try blended learning, right? You offer some content online, then you have your offline discussions in the classroom, right? So basically, it's up to individual teachers. If you want to try something new, you want to try the new technology, you have a strong interest, strong motivation. So they will do the learning by themselves. Yeah. So I'm talking about the general situation in our universities, basically up to individual teachers, right? So someone likes new technology, right? They love to talk to their students online, so they may deliver their course content online. Still, we maintain our regular classroom face-to-face teaching, right? About the program raised by the Institute of Tourism, Grace may have the say, right?
Okay. We start the program in 2019 in October. We have sent two Chinese teachers to Bandung for face-to-face teaching. But then from January of 2020, because of the COVID-19, so they came back and teach students of Indonesia online. Online. Yes, until now it's online teaching. We are not sure when the date they can come back to Indonesia. We are not sure. Or we hope they can come back to Indonesia. So
let's talk about the online teaching effect, right? The result. You see, I'm in charge of our School of International Education. So 1/2 of my students now in different countries. So they are not allowed to return to China for face-to-face instruction, right? Because they are from different countries in different time zones, we offer the regular online teaching to them. But as I know so far, the teaching effect, the result, not so good. Because we are from different countries in different time zones, also different countries may have different quality network connection, right? So it will be a challenge for real-time teaching online. So the teachers will offer their lectures, lecture notes, PowerPoint online. They can download and learn by themselves, and then they need very strong self-discipline. So generally speaking, online is a good way out, but so far the result not so satisfactory. So that's what happens in our university for our international students.
Oke, Ibu Melati, is that clear enough?
It's not clear. Thank
Jadi
you.
untuk dalam situasi pandemi ini separuh studentsnya Profesor New ada di beberapa bagian di dunia ya katanya tadi. Jadi tantangannya tantangannya ke different time zone, waktu yang berbeda dan different quality of network. Sebenarnya kurang lebih sama ya tantangannya sama di sini.
Oke, thank you, Miss Dita.
Sama-sama, Melati. Okay, let's move on to the next question, Prof. Chu and Grace. Yes, there's Pak Agus Widi. Silahkan Pak Agus Widi. Pak Agus Widiatmoko, silahkan Pak.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Dita. Good morning, Mr. Professor Niajian and Goleting, Ms. Goleting.
Sorry, could you speak louder?
Yes.
Very clearly.
Lebih keras lagi, Pak Agus.
Yeah.
Louder, please.
Yes, good morning, Professor Niajian and Goleting. Yes. Thank you after hearing about your presentation. In Hainan Tropical Ocean University, there is a Faculty of Arts and Faculty Humanities and Social. And introduce me and from Director General. And I want to ask you, what is the role and strategy for Hainan Tropical Ocean University for supporting culture of China for international cultural diplomacy and creative industry based on culture. Yes, thank you.
Maaf Pak Agus, boleh mungkin bagian pertanyaannya diulang sekali lagi karena tadi sempat terputus.
Yes. What is the rule and strategy for Hainan Tropical Ocean University for supporting culture of China for international cultural diplomacy and creative industry based on the culture? It's clear?
So you are talking about the sorry.
Yeah.
So you're asking about our campus culture, right? Whether it's a national or multi-cultural campus, right? Then your question. Campus culture, national or multi-cultural campus, right?
Pak Agus,
Then your question.
Fokus di Chinese culture atau maksudnya di international culture?
Chinese culture.
For international.
International competition.
So fokusnya di Chinese culture-nya untuk supporting international diplomasi ya?
Ya, betul.
International.
Okay. Prof New. So it's focus on the.
You write down your question in the chat.
Yes. The Chinese.
You're interrupting. We can see it clearly. Would you put down your question in the chat space on your right?
Oke, Pak Agus nanti bisa menuliskan lagi pertanyaannya di kolom chat supaya Prof New bisa lebih jelas akan maksudnya. Prof New, so Pak Agus asked that how's the university strategy for supporting the international cultural diplomacy, focusing on Chinese culture. I mean, what's the creative idea? What's your support for creative industry based on the culture itself? Is it clear enough?
Okay, let me do a very brief introduction about our international students online.
Yes.
You asked about international programs, right? International students program.
I'm asking. We're asking about how's the university support for international cultural diplomacy, because and the creative industry based on the Chinese culture.
Okay. You see, your voice very slow, very low.
Yes, the question. I'm sorry. The question is also already written in the chat.
What is the role and strategy for supporting culture of China for international diplomacy? Well, this is a very good question, right? Supporting culture of China. Very big questions. Yeah, very big question. Yes, you see, we are an application-oriented university. So when we run a program, we try to cooperate with some industries, with some companies, with some enterprises. We try to offer the work and study program for our students, right? If possible, we offer the internships in industries, in companies, in enterprises. So that's the direction for our teaching, for our collaboration with outside industries. So we are trying to do that. But so far, you see, we are in the early stage, the beginning stage, right? As I know in China, the vocational colleges, the 3-year colleges are doing much better than our 4-year universities. We are a traditional university. We focus on academic research, right? But for the 3-year junior colleges, vocational colleges, they are doing much better than us in terms of university enterprise collaboration, right? So they do much better than us. That's what's happening in China. So as a university, we focus on teaching and research. That's our focus, right? But for the junior colleges, they're focused on application, right? Industry-based training, on-the-job training for students. So we are trying to learn from the vocational colleges, and for us, it's in the early stage. We just begin to do that. We expand our collaboration with industries, enterprises, and companies. But in China, we talk about the traditional education and vocational education. So two parallel educational programs.
Oh, parallel. Okay. Pak Agus, apakah penjelasannya bisa diterima dengan jelas? Jadi ada strateginya antara lain tadi yang sempat saya dengar adalah expand collaboration and parallel learning gitu ya, seperti itu gitu. Oke, ya masih ada yang raise hand di sini, Bapak Agus, apakah sudah cukup atau ada yang mau ditanyakan lagi?
Yes, clear enough.
Oke, thank you. Oke. Selanjutnya Bapak Muhammad Muiz, betul ya Pak ya? Silakan, silakan Pak. Oke.
Sorry, but before we finish, I'd like to add a small advertisement. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Before, actually, we have one question from Pak Muhammad Muiz.
Yes, question please, first.
Okay. So we move to the question first, and then Prof. New can continue.
Yes, small point.
Is that okay? Okay. Silakan Pak Muhammad Muiz.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dita. Good morning, Professor New Jian and Ms. Brains. There are two questions that I want to ask in this occasion. First, as we know that China is a big state, a big country, and very, very wide. So I think there are many local language over there. Please, I want to know how much local language do you have in all of China? I repeat it one again. How much local language do you have in all of China? And the second, how about the policy of language about that from your government? I mean, how you maintain, you develop, you cultivate the language over there. Thank you very much. I hope you give me an explanation from. Thank you.
All right, sorry, could you write down your question in the chat space? The voice is very slow, very low, you see.
Okay.
Could you put down your questions in the chat space? All right.
Pak Muhammad Muiz, boleh ditulis pertanyaannya di kolom chat?
Okay.
Yes, write down your questions in the chat space.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Sir? All right. The voice is not so loud enough, so we can't hear you very clearly.
Okay, we'll try to write down the question. So
yes,
it's already popped up.
Wow. In China, we have 56 ethnic groups in China.
50?
56.
Oh, 56.
Okay. 56. We have 56 different ethnic groups. So each group has its own local language. So I assume, you see, each ethnic group will have its own local language, right? Local language. For example, in Hainan, we have two big groups. One is called the Li nationality, Li. The other is Miao. Li, and Miao. They are two biggest ethnic groups in Hainan Island. Okay, that's what I want to add as a small point about scholarships, all right? In our university, almost all the programs are taught in Chinese. The same is true with most universities in China, right? So if you study in China, the programs are basically taught in Chinese. Except for some special programs, they are taught in English, right? For us, the majority of the programs are taught in Chinese. Okay, shall I talk about the scholarships we are offering in our university online? That's a small point I would like to advertise, right? Now it's time for us to recruit international students. So far we offer two kinds of scholarships. One is called Hainan government scholarship. So this scholarship is funded by Hainan government. Then we have the second one, ASEAN scholarship. It's funded by our university. So those are two scholarships we are offering now. Although there are two different scholarships, but the policy is the same. They cover tuition fee, accommodation fee, and yearly medical insurance. So there are two partial scholarships. They are not full scholarships. That means the students will have to bear some other costs, including the expenses, international flights, textbooks, and so on. So those are the two scholarships we are offering right now. We do not have the Chinese government scholarship yet. We are applying for that scholarship from MOE, but so far we are not yet getting the Chinese government scholarship. That's a full scholarship, which also covers your daily expenses, all right? So I would like to note the time of application, the time for application, the deadline. For Hainan government scholarship, the deadline will be the end of this month. So there are 4 days to go, 4 days to go. And they can apply online. So if you have applicants, right? So remind them to apply to us by the end of this month. There are 4 days to go. So this scholarship supports both bachelor and master's degree programs, right? So 4 days to go for the application. You can apply online, and here is the address, the link. You can submit the materials online. The ASEAN scholarship is only open to our ASEAN students. It supports bachelor degree programs. It does not support the master's degree programs, all right? So the time for application, May the 31st. So the end of the next month. So there is still 1 month to go. So if you have interested applicants, remind them to apply before the deadline, all right? So we'll give you the top priority to offer our scholarships to your students from your country, all right? And then here is our WeChat account, the QR code. You can take picture, you can scan the code now. This is our WeChat access. Okay. And this is our mobile. And this is our mobile phone web page. It's designed both in English and Chinese. So all the information about international students you can find through the mobile web page in English and Chinese. All right. Now you can scan the QR code. Then you can access our website in English and Chinese. And this is our website and email box. You can take a picture of the page and then show it to your friends. The website also in Chinese and English. Any questions, you can ask them to email us, email us. So this is about our scholarships so far, the 2 scholarships. Okay, any more questions?
Okay, let's move on to the next question by Mr. Misbah.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Dita. Good morning, everybody. Prof. New and Miss Giolet. I just want to know about there are opportunities about the international collaboration, especially research program maybe, and then international student achievement, because you know about the Indonesia and China have a strategic collaboration to achieve the student achievement international. And lastly, I want to know about about the marketing strategy, especially to get the international student. Maybe you have a special way or another way? Thank you.
Okay, Ken, could you please write down your questions? Do write down questions in the chat space.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay, write down your questions in the chat space.
Professor New, there's also 2 other questions in the chat room. Maybe you also can elaborate to answer it as well. First is the strategy for developing education through information technology, and then by Pak Edi, and then the second by Mr. Bakhtiar. How are the facility strategy to quality assurance in your university? Maybe you can also elaborate to answer those questions after Mr. Misbah question. It's already popping out. It's please explain about research collaboration, international student achievements, and how to get international students.
Okay, there are a few channels. One channel that they are recommended by relevant embassies, right? The embassies in China will recommend their students to us. For example, we have students from Africa, so they are all recommended by their embassies in Beijing. We have a very good partnership with some embassies in China. So that's the one channel. The second channel is that we promote our university online, right? So different applicants in different parts of the world may search for us online. So they contact us, they apply online and submit their materials online. So that's one major channel for our enrollment, right? So we produce videos, we design our website, both computer version and mobile version. Also, we create our WeChat account. So that's for all the students in the world to access us, right? So that's the second channel. There's one more channel. We see our students will recommend their friends to us, right? They are here with us for a year or 2 years. So they love Saya. They recommend their friends back in your country to come to us. So we say mouth-to-mouth promotion, right? So they do the promotion for us. They tell their friends to contact us. So those are basically 3 channels for us to do international promotion.
And what's more, we have another channel is through the friendship MOU from our sister universities. Yes, sister universities.
Yeah.
Okay, jadi so there are several channels, right? Ada beberapa cara yang mereka lakukan untuk bisa mendapatkan international students. Pertama, rekomendasi kedutaan, by embassy. Kemudian aplikasi secara tampilan, kalau tadi kita langsung klik, itu cukup mudah ya untuk diakses website-nya melalui handphone atau melalui desktop. Kemudian ada WeChat, mereka kan menggunakan WeChat ya, lebih banyak menggunakan WeChat di sana. Kemudian ada mouth to mouth, artinya merekomendasikan antar teman yang sudah mengalami, yang sudah belajar duluan di sana seperti itu. Kemudian ada MOU, build partnership ya, with the sister university. Itu beberapa kanal untuk meraih mahasiswa internasional seperti itu. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Is there still more questions from the participants? Please raise your hand if you still want to ask Prof. New and Miss Grace. Okay, Prof. New, Jen, maybe you can answer some of the question on the chat. Okay, the facility strategy to be quality assurance in your university. Do you have some models to make strategy facility to quality
yes.
assurance?
This is a very good question. Very good question. Quality always matters, right? Always matters. The number one concern for the stakeholders, right? For the society, for us, for students, for parents, right? Actually, in China, in each university, each school, we have a special department called quality assessment department, or quality evaluation department, or quality monitoring department, right? In each university, we have such a special organization, right? So they are in charge of conducting the assessment criteria set by MOE, by Ministry of Education. Right? Also, they organize a number of activities to monitor the teachers' performance. For example, when you give the lectures, right, they may go to your classroom to monitor the performance, right? They may organize discussions with the students to investigate how the teachers are teaching in the classroom. Right? They may disseminate questionnaires for students to complete. So this department will do a number of activities to find out how we are doing in our classroom, how we are doing to help our students outside the classroom. Right? So their purpose is to ensure the quality standard set by the central government. So we do have such a quality assurance department or quality assessment department.
Oke, jadi memang ada special
Also,
department.
they will collect complaints, right?
Yes.
If they receive some complaints about some teachers, they will talk to the teacher, right? They will forward the complaints from students to the relevant teachers, right? To remind them to be doing better.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. New. Jadi memang ada departemen khusus ya yang menangani untuk quality assurance ini, termasuk monitoring dan evaluasi atau penyampaian komplain terhadap pengajaran seperti itu.
Boleh saya sedikit tambahkan ya, Mbak?
Boleh, Pak Yaya, silahkan.
Okay, just a moment, Mr. New. Sorry, I'm speaking for Indonesian language. Due to this is a very important information that I have to talk to the audience. So Grace, wait a moment, I speak Indonesian language ya. Later we speak English. Oke, jadi begini Bapak Ibu sekalian, tadi saya udah sedikit menarik sekali pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang dikemukakan oleh Bapak Ibu sekalian. Cuman mungkin nanti saya akan memberikan gambaran global saja bahwa memang tadi ada yang bertanya research, ada yang bertanya tentang diplomasi. Nah, sesungguhnya Tiongkok juga telah mengembangkan namanya peta jalan. Tapi peta jalan yang dilakukan oleh Tiongkok itu kan terjadi persiapannya sekitar 20 tahun yang lalu. Nah, sekarang juga sedang disiapkan oleh Kementerian kita, Kementerian Pendidikan Kebudayaan, bahwa peta jalan yang dibuat Tiongkok itu adalah untuk memperkuat 100 perguruan tinggi teratasnya. Jadi di sini ada beberapa strategi yang dikembangkan oleh Tiongkok, bagaimana dia mengembangkan atau mengejar ketertinggalan perguruan tinggi jika dibandingkan dengan perkembangan perguruan tinggi di Eropa dan di Amerika. Jadi pemerintah Tiongkok mendorong diefisiensi misi yang selanjutnya memungkinkan institusi pendidikan memenuhi kebutuhan pasar tenaga kerja. Ini adalah bahwa pasar-pasar Tiongkok itu kan lebih mengarah pada market driven. Jadi di sini itu jurusan-jurusan itu dinamikanya selalu berubah. Bisa saja jurusan itu hanya bertahan 2 tahun, 3 tahun. Ini mengingat bahwa jurusan-jurusan yang dikembangkan di perguruan tinggi itu harus merespon kebutuhan pasar. Yang pertama itu. Nah, apa yang sesungguhnya yang dilakukan oleh Tiongkok dalam 20 terakhir ini sehingga bisa menempatkan perguruan tingginya masuk ke jajaran 100 ranking besar di bawah di dunia ya. Kalau ranking 200 bisa ada sekitar 15 perguruan tinggi lebih ya. Jadi strategi yang dikembangkan Tiongkok adalah ada 4 langkah sebenarnya. Yang pertama adalah lembaga penelitian perguruan tinggi dengan program 985. Nanti mungkin Bapak Ibu bisa didorong ya. Jadi perguruan tinggi Tiongkok yang maju itu biasanya mengembangkan masuk ke dalam 100 program yang dicanangkan oleh pemerintah untuk 100 perguruan tinggi masuk ke program 985. Kemudian yang kedua, lembaga penelitian dan pengajaran perguruan tinggi program 211. Nah, ini mungkin Bapak Ibu bisa cari referensinya. Program 985 itu apa? Program 211 itu apa? Yang ketiga, institusi pengajaran terutama mengajar dengan sedikit penelitian. Ya, ini ada strategi juga bagaimana sedikit penelitian dia ada sekitar 1090 perguruan tinggi. Yang keempat, perguruan tinggi kejuruan terutama yang menyediakan gelar associated 2/3 tahun. Ada sekitar 1.327 perguruan tinggi. Nah, ini langkah-langkah yang dilakukan oleh Tiongkok bagaimana dia menempatkan bisa mengejar ketertinggalan. Sehingga yang saat ini sedang dilakukan bahwa kita Kementerian Pendidikan sedang menyusun peta jalan. Ini konsekuensinya ada jumlah-jumlah di sini Bapak Ibu sekalian bisa di screenshot ya, termasuk juga publikasinya, kemudian 11 perguruan tinggi yang masuk 100 ranking dunia. Nah, di sini ada satu impact sebenarnya terjadi permasalahan sebenarnya. Karena 20 tahun yang lalu itu telah pemerintah Tiongkok berupaya untuk menggenjot perguruan tingginya, ada satu sisi yang kita lihat dari perspektif vokasi dan perspektif lulusan. Jadi adanya program yang sangat luar biasa tersebut dengan menempatkan perguruan tinggi itu di ranking 100 dunia, ternyata konsekuensi yang harus diwaspadain oleh kita, terutama dalam pemerintah Indonesia yang saat ini sedang menentukan peta jalan. Yang pertama adalah kelebihan pasokan lulusan perguruan tinggi. Jadi jumlah teknisi sangat minim, pekerjaan kerah putih, kerah biru, artinya lebih banyak pengangguran untuk galangan perguruan tinggi dibandingkan dengan teknisi yang memang diperlukan, karena kan drivennya Tiongkok adalah industrialisasi. Yang kedua, reformasi dan inovasi pendidikan vokasi ya, untuk mendukung pembangunan ekonomi dan sosial. Jadi karena kebanyakan lulusan perguruan tinggi, maka vokasinya kurang, makalah dilakukan reformasi pendidikan vokasi oleh Tiongkok. Yang ketiga, insentif untuk mendorong generasi milenial yang belajar vokasi, melipat gandakan anggaran vokasi. Nah, ini penting sekali. Pendidikan vokasi setelah perguruan tingginya berhasil melejit ke ranking 100 dunia di 11 perguruan tinggi. Nah, bagaimana Tiongkok juga melakukan reformasi di bidang vokasi. Kemudian yang keempat, instruksi dari pemerintah pusat, kewajiban perusahaan berkolaborasi dengan sekolah perizinan keuangan. Jadi kalau misalkan sekolah itu melakukan perusahaan itu melakukan kolaborasi dengan sekolah, maka kemudahan yang diberikan oleh pemerintah. Nah, ini fakta di lapangan ya, setelah adanya pemetaan jalan itu, tingkat pekerjaan rata-rata siswa SMK telah melampaui 90% selama 10 tahun terakhir, dan lebih dari 90% bekerja 6 bulan setelah lulus. Jadi gaji 5 sampai 8 juta per bulan. Jadi 70% didukung industri, manufaktur industri. 15.000 dari 70.000 lulusan perguruan tinggi yang telah memperoleh pekerjaan, pada lebih dari 90.000 posisi pekerjaan tersedia di job fair. Jadi ini kondisinya ya. Kemudian juga pihak sekolah memudahkan mendapatkan akses, ini permasalahan. Kemudian juga mengintegrasikan industri dengan pendidikan, serta sekolah perusahaan telah dibangun 5G komite pengawasan untuk pendidikan. Ini adalah impact dari arah peta jalan. Nah, kemudian Bapak Ibu sekalian, tadi juga ada masalah riset. Jadi riset di Tiongkok ini adalah lembaganya hanya satu, yang namanya adalah Chinese Academy of Science, dikendalikan oleh CAS. Jadi di Indonesia kan setiap kementerian memiliki dana masing-masing. Setiap kementerian memiliki strategi masing-masing. Nah, termasuk perguruan tinggi di Hainan Tropical Ocean University, dia tidak berjalan sendiri. Dia koordinasinya dengan CAS ya. Jadi anggaran mereka sekitar 42 miliar RMB, kalikan aja 2.200 ya. Kemudian ada 104 institusi riset. Jadi di bawahnya CAS ini ada 114 institusi, ada 400 perusahaan spin-off, ada 13 kantor cabang, ada 47 pusat pengetahuan, ada 13 kebun raya, ada 26 herbarium, ada 89 laboratorium standar internasional. Nah, CAS bertanggung jawab memimpin dan membangun platform iptek. Ya, ini penting sekali level nasional. Jadi yang terkait dengan riset itu di China itu cuma satu tanggung jawabnya, termasuk perguruan tinggi tadi di Hainan Tropical Ocean University itu adalah bagian dari pengembangan CAS. Nah, kemudian juga prinsip-prinsip nih Tiongkok juga penting ya, bahwa di Tiongkok itu orang melakukan penelitian itu bukan karena mengejar proyek, tapi mengejarkan sebuah kebutuhan. Bagaimana Tiongkok dalam waktu 2 bulan setelah pandemik dia bisa mulai merintis adanya vaksin. Januari adanya COVID-19. Januari, Februari, Maret kita sudah melakukan pendekatan ya, karena kita harus menjamin pasokannya vaksin yang ada di Indonesia. Ya, orang lain, negara lain belum melakukan pendekatan terhadap Sinovac dan Sinopharm di bulan Maret. Tapi kita sudah melakukan pendekatan saat itu karena kita menganggap Cina memiliki kemampuan yang strategis dalam penanggulangan COVID-19. Nah, alhamdulillah saat ini kita juga jaminan pasokan vaksin, diplomasi vaksin kita dipenuhi oleh Tiongkok dan komitmen Tiongkok untuk memberikan kuota kepada Indonesia. Nah ini perlu kerja keras dalam menghabiskan berjam-jam. Jadi nggak cuek orang mau lihat dari perspektif Tiongkok negatif atau tidak. Karena orang melihat Tiongkok itu kan komunis, ya. Padahal saya sampaikan anggota partai itu kan hanya 9,9 juta orang, hanya tidak lebih dari 6% dari 1.4 billion, ya, 1 billion. Jadi mereka terus bekerja keras, akhirnya mereka melakukan sebuah inovasi atau terobosan. Nah, termasuk ini ya Bapak Ibu sekalian, Tiongkok tadi ya disampaikan oleh Prof. New regarding about the technology in his university. Now we have also some opportunity to have a good program in Tiongkok. Jadi ada digital ekonomi, satelit, rekayasa, ini adalah teknologi saat ini. Tadi juga disinggung oleh WeChat, betul sekali. Kita di sini kalau Bapak Ibu pergi tidak perlu membawa uang, tidak perlu membawa dompet, cukup dengan membawa telepon Anda, scan langsung semuanya bisa bertransaksi. Itu aja tambahannya ya, mungkin bisa menambah wawasan ya, dan mungkin nanti kalau ada hal yang belum jelas bisa kita diskusikan kembali. Demikian, terima kasih.
Excuse me, Mr. Yahya, please share your screen for us, Mr. Yahya. Terima kasih.
Sure.
谢谢 Pak Yaya.
Terima kasih Pak Yaya.
谢谢
nih. Prof. New, sorry. Prof. New and Miss Grace, can you hear me? Hello. Prof. New and Miss Grace, can you hear me? Oh, you're still mute. Okay. There is still, I think there is still one more question in the chat room. Do we still have time to ask Prof. New and Miss Grace? Mbak Kiki, boleh ya? Satu lagi. Prof. New, there's still one question in the chat platform. How about question, maybe? Yeah. Boleh ya, Mbak Kiki. Prof. New, how about the this is from Ms. Mahriuni. How about the mechanism of selection for the lecture at Hainan University? Can you answer that? I'm sorry, you're still on mute. Bisa dengar nggak ya? Prof. New and Miss Grace, can you hear me? You're still on mute, sorry. Yes.
Oh, now
yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Sorry about that. So how to select a rector in a university, right?
Yes.
When in China we say president instead of a rector. So the boss of the university is called president, right? So how to select a president in a university? I'm not so sure about the actual process, right? But basically the president is appointed by the local government, by local Department of Education. For example, by Hainan Department of Education. So they will appoint the president for each university. I guess they have very tough criteria for the selection. For example, all kinds of performance in terms of teaching, research, social services, international cooperation, right? Your work experiences, right? So I assume the process very tough, very strict, the standard, right? So the local government will select, then they will appoint the president by them. So they are not selected from within a university normally, right? So they will appoint the president first. You see, our current president is from Ocean University of China, which is based in Qingdao City, Shandong Province. Ocean University of China is number one, the top university of its kind. So it's number one ocean university in China. So he used to work there as a vice president. So when we were transformed to an ocean university in 2015, so he was borrowed. He was transferred from Ocean University of China Qingdao to us. So he is here to help us to grow up as a new ocean university. So Hainan government appoints him as our new president.
Thank you, Prof. New. Is that clear enough, Bu Mahriuni? Jadi memang ada departemen khusus yang menangani untuk seleksi rektor ini, Department of Education, dan mereka punya kriteria chart sendiri based on performance, research, dan beberapa poin yang harus dipenuhi. Bagaimana Bu Mahriuni?
Ya cukup Mbak, terima kasih.
Cukup, ada lagi. Oke, Bapak Ibu, apakah masih ada pertanyaan? Atau masih ada yang ingin disampaikan? Mungkin Pak Yaya?
Yes, write down your question in the chat space online.
I'm sorry?
Write down your questions in the chat space.
Okay.
All right, if you have any, right?
I think there's no more questions in the chat also. And the part is, there's no raise hand anymore in the Zoom platform. Bapak Ibu masih ada yang mau dipertanyakan? Sudah cukup?
Enough, Mbak Dita.
Okay, baik. There's no more question, Prof. New and Miss Grace. Do you have still something to deliver to us, maybe to elaborate our discussion on this morning, please? You still have something to say to us?
So you are all welcome to come to Hainan and visit.
Wait, okay.
We can talk to each other face to face, right?
It's a beautiful campus. I do believe if the pandemic is over, all of them will come to your campus. Prof. New.
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Yaya. Thank you, Mr. Yaya. Thank you
thank
for
you, Yaya.
the invitation.
Pak Yaya, good opportunity Pak Yaya if we invite Pak Yaya.
Oh iya Pak, kampusnya sangat luar biasa. Jadi Sanya itu adalah surganya Tiongkok Pak. Surganya Tiongkok. Di sana iklimnya hampir sama, pohon-pohon kelapanya juga sangat luar biasa, makanannya juga luar biasa. Banyak juga orang muslimnya di sana Pak, banyak juga makanan-makanan halal Pak. Jadi kalau Bapak nanti, kalau pandemik sudah ada, silahkan dibawa keluarga Pak, nanti akan dibantu oleh Prof. New dan Grace tuh. Nanti diundang.
Kan difasilitasi Pak Yaya, kalau ada PTS gitu yang ingin kerja sama sana.
China ini kan saat ini sedang melakukan vaksinasi Pak Bu. Jadi mulai Juni itu kan 40%. 80% di bulan Desember. Karena mereka akan melaksanakan Winter Olympic Game di bulan Februari, ya, Winter Olympic Game di bulan Februari, dan Asian Game di bulan Juni. Jadi kemungkinan besar tahun ini di akhir sudah bisa masuk Bu ya, dengan syarat mudah-mudahan.
Oke.
Kalau
Bu Mariuni ke-mute.
ya, kalau untuk MOU dengan perguruan tinggi kita apakah bisa dilaksanakan secara daring, Pak?
Bisa. Tapi kan dilihat dulu Bu apa yang harus ditandatangani. Jadi nanti bisa namanya paralel Bu. Jadi mungkin dokumen-dokumen itu kan tidak bisa ditandatangani dengan apa online ya. Jadi nanti kita menggunakan pos ya, sirkuler namanya. Dalam tatanan diplomatik namanya MOU sirkuler. Jadi ditandatangani dulu di sini di China, kemudian dikirim baru ditandatangani Indonesia. Jadi tanda tangan sirkuler ini dimulai dengan siapa yang memulai MOU atau melakukan inisiasi. Kalau Ibu misalkan dari perguruan tinggi Ibu ingin melakukan MOU, maka nanti kita pertemukan, kemudian nanti disepakatin. Jadi Ibu dulu tanda tangan, baru dikirim ke Cina dokumennya, Cina tanda tangan, itu sudah menjadi sah. Untuk bahasa nanti bisa menggunakan 2 bahasa Bu, bahasa Indonesia sama bahasa Cina. Tidak harus menggunakan bahasa Inggris ya Bu.
Nanti saya kontak person ke Pak Yaya ya.
Siap Bu.
Bu Yuni kan mau antar langsung ya? 10
antar langsung boleh.
Saya
jemput Pak.
Senang sekali kalau bisa langsung ke sana.
Ya, saya jemput.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Pak Yaya penjelasannya. Prof New and Miss Grace, before we ended our session this morning or this afternoon, we may take a picture together. Okay, everyone, please open the gallery of your profile picture and show a big smile from wherever you are. Pak Harto di mana ya Pak Harto? Nggak terlihat wajahnya. Oh ada, baik. Oke. Is everybody ready? Yang pengambil foto sudah siap?
Pak Munawir biasanya.
Oke. Sudah Pak? Boleh diaba-aba loh Pak.
Satu, dua, tiga. Senyum semua. 1, 2, 3. Oke.
Oke. Thank you, Prof New and Miss Grace.
Thank you, Prof New.
Thank you, Prof New. On behalf of the embassy and Grace, thank you much for coming. See you.
Thank you. It has been a wonderful opportunity to speak to Prof New and Miss Grace. I hope someday soon we can meet at the university, your university. Why not? Okay, thank you very much, Pak Yaya.
Thank you, Miss Dita.
Pak Yaya, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bapak Ibu sekalian.
Thank you everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
If you still have further question, we can email Prof New or Miss Grace, right?
Thanks. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Bapak Ibu.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Bu Dita.
Have a good day. Stay healthy.
Ya. Bu Yuni gabung ya kalau udah ada invitation-nya.
Yes, siap.
Bapak Ibu, terima kasih banyak untuk diskusi kita yang lumayan padat pagi hingga siang hari ini. Saya izin untuk mengakhiri sesi siang hari ini. Mudah-mudahan apa yang tadi kita diskusikan, di-sharing oleh Prof New dan Miss Grace, banyak hal yang bisa kita dapat, terutama inspirasi untuk belajar lagi mungkin, atau untuk bekerja sama dengan Hainan Tropical Ocean University. Demikian Bapak Ibu, nanti jam 2 kita berjumpa lagi ya. Baik, saya pribadi mohon maaf jika ada kekurangan atau kesalahan. Terima kasih banyak juga teman-teman Pusdiklat, Mbak Kiki, dan semuanya.
Ada Pak Ganevo, Mbak.
Ada Pak Ganevo, mana ya Pak?
Ada suara juga kan?
Hadir.
Mbak Dita masih mute, Mbak.
Maaf. Baik, Pak Ganevo.
Siap, Bu Dita,
terima kasih banyak ya Pak. Nah ini saya baru lihat wajahnya Pak Ganevo. Mbak Kiki, Pak Yaya, Bapak Ibu, semuanya terima kasih banyak untuk siang hari ini. Mohon maaf jika ada kekurangan dan kesalahan. Nanti pukul 2 kita berjumpa lagi, insya Allah.
Terima kasih.
13 apa pukul 2?
Terima kasih Miss Dita.
Pukul 2 siang ya Mbak Kiki?
Pukul 2 siang.
Ya,
13
mungkin
CST.
sebagai informasi tambahan pada
Ya.
Bapak Ibu sekalian, nanti yang akan hadir adalah perwakilan dari Kementerian Pendidikan Tiongkok. Jadi dia akan menggunakan bahasa China. Presentasi sudah saya sampaikan di sebelah kanan. Saya sekarang setelah ini saya akan berusaha menerjemahkan presentasi tersebut. Nanti saya akan posting di sebelah kanan lagi. Jadi pertanyaan Bapak Ibu sudah saya sampaikan juga ke mereka. Jadi nanti kalau ada penguatan pertanyaan selain yang Bapak Ibu sampaikan, silahkan aja Bapak Ibu sekalian. Karena dia yang kita undang hari ini adalah ahli dalam quality control dan pengamat sistem pendidikan nasional Tiongkok ya Bapak Ibu sekalian. Mudah-mudahan nanti bisa bermanfaat bagi Bapak Ibu sekalian semuanya.
Baik. Pak Yaya, jadi kita tetap bisa bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia saja cukup
ya,
atau
nanti
bahasa
jangan
Inggris?
pakai bahasa Inggris ya Bapak Ibu sekalian, pakai bahasa Indonesia aja. Jadi saya akan siapkan penerjemah ya nanti pertanyaan-pertanyaan kemarin kan sudah dikirim ke kami ya Pak. Jadi biar efektif kami juga sudah kirim ke dia, nanti dia akan jawab pertanyaan tersebut. Kemudian kalau ada tambahan-tambahan lain silahkan Bu terbuka untuk menggunakan bahasa Indonesia.
Terima kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Yaya.
Ya, kasih ya, sampai ketemu jam 2 ya.
Baik.
Terima kasih.
Selamat siang Bapak Ibu, terima kasih banyak.
Baik, selamat siang Mbak Dita. Bapak Ibu sekalian.
Selamat siang Mbak Yaya.
Ya, selamat siang Mbak Yaya.
Pak.
Baik, terima kasih.
Makasih.
Ya Pak Yaya, makasih kami sudah bantu.
Baik, Bapak Ibu sekalian, kita tutup ya untuk sesi 1 kali ini. Nanti kita akan lanjut pukul 2. Baik. Terima kasih Bapak Ibu sekalian. Thank you so much for watching. So, goodbye.
Terima kasih.